Hello, everybody. Welcome to my podcast. A happier you leads to a healthier you and a happier, healthier, new you recovery coaching channel. I am your host, Goddess Asha Mariama. I appreciate y'all for joining me for this episode. If you guys like this commentary and you want to hear more, please go to speaker.com/. A happier you leads to a healthier you. If you guys want to hear all of my podcasts, you can go to my name, ASHA.MARIAMA01. Well, my name, ASHA.MARIAMA. If you want to be a guest on my channel, if you want to send me letters about how this podcast is basically affecting your life, bettering your life, if you have a topic that you want me to talk about, by all means, or any questions about a particular podcast I've done, please by all means. You can hit me up at asha.mariama01@gmail.com. That's asha.mariama01@gmail.com. You can also see my podcast on iHeartRadio, Amazon, Google, Spotify, iTunes, and many other streaming companies. I am a certified recovery life coach, as y'all know, but I also deal with addiction, healing, and recovery in all aspects. Today's topic is going to be what is keeping you from being and maintaining healthy? So, what is keeping you from being and maintaining your health and wellness? I got to retitle this. Anyway, long story short, when it comes to your health and wellness, sometimes we have ups and downs. There are some people that are unhealthy because of drugs, alcohol, codependency, plastic surgery, different things that they have done to themselves, injuries, somebody getting pew-pewed, stuff like that. But then you have people because of illness and diseases or trauma, things that have happened in their lives mentally that have impacted them, or accident injuries, things like that. So there are different reasons why we are not healthy at this point. But it's not a question of whether or not we can be healthy. It's more so a question of why is it that when it comes to our health and wellness, why is it that we just can't be healthy? Why is it that people lose weight and then they go through a breakup, they gain the weight back for whatever reason? People that have cancer, and then all of a sudden it comes back. So to me, it's kind of hard to be able to really try to figure this out because a lot of people do the work to lose the weight. They do the work to get rid of whatever illness and disease that they have, or they have surgery, but it comes back. Like I have another hernia in my stomach that just came back, and I have a cyst on my abdomen that just came back. So all of these people are trying to figure out why it is they overcome, one thing, and now they're right back to where they started with other issues. So, for example, you have people that lose weight, and then all of a sudden they now have whole other issues that was behind all that fat and all of those pesticides and all of those bacteria infections that were there, but they couldn't be seen because of the fat. So you have more issues now than you did before. So now you're stuck in this situation where you are completely and utterly stuck and you don't know what to do. So it's just like if you look at Chad Boseman and the fact that he got rid of cancer and it came back. He had colon cancer and then he was cancer free and then it came back. So he did all of this to try to get rid of it and he's no longer here. And the fact that he hit it so well was what kind of shocked me. He was able to basically hide that he had cancer. That was to me really, really, absolutely amazing that he was able to do that. So the fact that he is no longer here and we will forever miss Chad Boseman. He will always be our Black Panther as far as Marvel. But still, it still was shocking. You have people that overcome leukemia, kidney disease, many other illnesses, and they come back. There are even some people that go through, I would say, I'm just trying to think of some things, depression, anxiety, things like that, and it come back. You have people that have overcome breakups just to go through the same thing over and over and over again. So the question is, why is it that we work so hard to achieve these goals when it comes to our health and wellness, but yet and still, when it comes down to it, it doesn't get any better or it comes back? There are some people that had COVID 3 or 4 times. But I think a lot of it got to do with the chemicals that are in our food. I think that's one thing that it has something to do with. I think also playing Russian roulette with your life got another part to do with it. Because when you are playing Russian roulette with your life, when you are out here making these choices and you're not realizing the damage that you do. So, for example, you had Jack, I ain't gonna say the Jack, I'm trying not to say the ASS part, but the show that used to be on MTV, and they did all these stunts, and they really did a lot of damage to their bodies. Come to find out, Sneeko ended up having a whole bunch of issues after the fact. So there are a lot of people that, even though at the time when you were younger, these things may not have affected you then, but they affect you now when you get 40. You start having, arthritis, you start having lupus, MS, you start having chronic pain. So you can get in a car accident, and next thing you know, you got chronic pain and it's not going nowhere. So at the end of the day, do we live with it or do we continue to fight? Even though we're in chronic pain, do we continue to try to fight through it? Continue to try to work out even though it's going to be kind of hard? Or do we have say just, you know what, I'm just going to give up? I would never tell somebody to give up because there may be a way to get through it. It just ain't going to be easy. Now, what I will say is eating right is going to be important, but I would say cut out a lot of going out to eat. I would say cook from home, make your own desserts. I would say anything as far as chemicals in foods that you can't pronounce, don't buy it. If it says bioengineering, if it says what is it, genetically modified, don't buy it. If it's something that has side effects, don't buy it. But I know for a lot of people that can't cook, there are a lot of restaurants, they're saying there are a lot of things in their fries and their stuff, and now people are getting sick. So now it's to the point you're gonna have to cook at home. Just like I made some baked macaroni and cheese, and then I made some what I made some chicken, cream of mushroom chicken with some cream of mushroom macaroni and cheese. So I made it from scratch. But you may have to make your own noodles. You may have to make your own pie crust. So in the end, I know it's time consuming. You may have to make your own breads. You may have to make all of that stuff from scratch. But it's better to do that than to go to the store and have a bunch of allergic reactions or your body ends up reacting to it the wrong way. Exercise is good for your muscles. and being able to take care of your muscles. I think that's important. So making sure that you're exercising, so that way you're keeping your muscles healthy. So that way they won't give out on you. You won't have arthritis. Because the one way that you can get rid of arthritis is by exercise. The one thing that you can do to turn your fat into muscle is exercise. So you do want to exercise to basically keep your body healthy, to turn fat into muscle. But also, once you start losing weight, you can start toning your body. So there's nothing wrong with toning your body, because if you do too much exercise, you'll start burning off muscle, and that's just not going to be good. Another thing is staying away from a lot of bleach flour, bleach sugar, anything that has chloride in it. I had to stop buying purified water because it has bleach in it. So you'll be amazed how much bleach is in a lot of food, and a lot of chloride that's in, a lot of foods. You'll be surprised. Also, the chemicals that you use in lotions, toothpaste, hair supplies, skincare stuff. Be careful with those things. Taking your vitamins, making sure you have your vitamin D, your vitamin K, vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin C, your vitamin B12, your zinc, making sure that you are taking those things are important. Also, your turmeric, your gingers. Juicing is good. If you want to juice, juicing is also pretty good. Making sure you have enough protein, making sure that you are basically keeping down for that. Now, with calories, I have found calories can be a little bit complicated, because you can work out during the day and go work out, turn around and eat. You just put all those calories back in your system. My recommendation is to work out at night. Don't work out during the day, because if you work out during the day and you turn around and eat, you basically gonna eat way more than you lost. But if you exercise before you go to bed, then you'll be able to lose that weight, and it'll be easier for you, because if you know how much you ate, then you'll know how much you need to work off. Also, getting a calorie app or a book that you can keep track of what you ate, how many calories, carbs, all of those things. You can keep up with it. Keeping your cholesterol down is important. I would say mental health, making sure that you find an inner peace and tranquility to where you're able to deal with everyday situations, making sure that everything that is outside of your door or outside of your house does not come in your house, that your house is your sanctuary, that you're able to go in the house and have some peace. Um, the type of family relationships, friends, romantic relationships, or even people that you just met. So making sure that you have those type of relationships, making sure you can see things for what they are, accept things for what they are, and not chasing behind a bunch of things that just don't even matter at this point. Um, I would say also your family relationships, also your external, what you choose, what you acknowledge, what you consume based upon your critical thinking, common sense, and common judgment, morals, values, principles, and ethics. I would say that is something that needs to be thought about, because that is something that is very important. Sleep, um, 2 hours before you go to bed, put your phone down. Not being on social media, strolling on social media, going for walks. Uh, Socialization can be good. Getting out, meeting people, that's a good thing. Having some type of conversation with people. Writing a journal will be good. Journaling everything. That will definitely be something to be thought about. Having people that can go along with you in a journey, having that support, people that go to the gym with you, walk with you, people that are on the same, diets or like I don't like the word diet. I like lifestyle more so, changing your lifestyle. Lean meats, going to a butcher and eating versus going to the grocery store. Rinsing off your vegetables with baking soda, rinsing off your chicken as well, because they do have some of them do have a lot of chloride bleach on stuff. So they have this. I don't know what kind of chloride that it is, but it's some type of chloride. So be careful with that. Um, I would say travel, um, enjoy life. Um, Try not to let things get to you that basically are not worth it. Um, I think that's all I can think of right now, Ronnie, honestly. But I would just say that whatever products you use, understand everybody uses different products. They might have the same routine, but your products might be different and you may have to switch your products. Drinking tea versus drinking a lot of sugary type of juices. Definitely vegetables, eating a lot of vegetables, protein. If you got smoothies, nothing wrong with that. If they're protein smoothies, nothing wrong with that. Yogurt. Making sure that you do have the four basic food groups. So even if you are drinking milk, it can be almond milk, oat milk. As long as it's some type of milk, that's what matters. If you make desserts, like I said, just make sure you don't use bleach flour. They do have raw cane sugar, or you can use monk fruit sweetener, stevia sweetener. Also, I would recommend if you can make your own breads. You can make breads without using yeast and all of that. You can do that. They have bread makers where they do everything. They do the whole entire step. They do the whole entire thing. They roll the dough. They do the whole entire procedure of it all. So you definitely can get a bread maker, which I plan to get one for Christmas. That's one of the things I'm asking my dad for is one for Christmas, so I can get one. Also, buying stuff to where you can make your own cheeses, you can make your own, noodles, stuff like that. I think that is important. Um, so whatever you do, just and also writing down a schedule. Um, just having that work-life balance, being able to balance everything in your life, keeping your stress down, stuff like that. I think those are just some of the things that I can recommend that you do. But the things that are going to keep you from obtaining those goals and maintaining it is going to be distractions. You have a lot of things that are going to be distracting you, making you go the opposite direction. You're gonna be going through a lot of side steps. You're gonna have a lot of people that's gonna lead you astray from what you're meant to do. It could be you go through a breakup and then you have what's called emotional eating, depression, anxiety. Some people have bulimia, anorexia issues. Um, some people think that plastic surgery is the answer, but there are a lot of people that are unalive because of plastic surgery. So there's many different things and different ways to look at it. But what does matter is that you're doing the best you can. So on the side of the picture, you got your healthy foods, and then you have your stuff as far as exercise that you can do. But yeah, if you have the support, then I definitely think that's very important. For those that have hair loss, it's all about circulation, so your hair grow back. So there is ways to grow back your hair. So, but I think that's all I can think of for right now. But just understand that whatever you do, just understand these things are things you can do every day. But like I said, just dancing, Zumba exercises, walking, treadmills, exercise machines. There's a lot of things that you can do to basically be healthy, but your frame of mind is one of the most important things. keeping your heart rate, your blood, your tissues, your kidneys, and keeping all of those things healthy by detoxing, herbal teas, apple cider vinegar, lemon, lime. Um, Also, keeping your breakfast kind of light, fasting. Oh, I forgot about fasting. Fasting between 12 and 16 hours. Some people can do 3 days of fasting. Some people can't. Going to doctors, getting checkups every 6 months or however many days they want you to come. Making sure that you get a colonoscopy done. Making sure that if you get a colonoscopy done, that they get everything that is the issue out. Um, what else? Building a community of people like yourself, that's like minded like you. You'd be amazed how you'll stay on the goal when you got people that's holding you accountable. The same way that people that are drug addicts and alcoholics, they got sponsors. Same thing with these people. You can change, you can achieve anything you put your mind to. But let's see. I think that's about it. But no matter what you choose to do, everybody can do the same routine, just a different type of products because what works for one person as far as products don't work for everybody, and they don't. So some things you might think that work for you, they may not. They may work for somebody else. So I am just glad that. So I'm just trying to think, but yeah, I think that's all I can think of right now. But yeah, fasting is important. Um, oh, research. Research is another one. Research everything before you consume it. Break everything down and make sure you weigh the pros and cons, critical thinking, common sense, and common judgment, morals, values, principles, ethics. Understand the consequences and repercussions and how it will impact and affect you. So there's many different ways to skin a cat, if you'd like me to be honest. But those are just some of the ways that I feel that everybody can basically do these same routines and it'll be easier. But you're gonna have to start cleaning house because whoever don't got your back and don't support you, they ain't gonna let them go because it ain't worth it. It's not worth holding on to people that don't have your back. So, like I said, and just understand your happiness begins and ends with you. It's not about everybody else. It's about you and doing what works for you and what you feel is gonna make you feel good. But also making sure that you remember how you got here, how you lost the weight, how you became cancer free, and just keep doing those same things because that's how you're gonna remain that way. Don't get me wrong, you're gonna have your ups and downs. You're gonna have, where people focus on everybody else but themselves and they put themselves last. People that's giving away their resources to help other people that have depression, anxiety, people that constantly have the rugs being pulled from up under them, domestic violence, people being SA'd, MO'd. So all I can say is there's a lot of different things that can keep you from, your goals, your dreams. People that keep saying we're family, they want you to put your needs and your wants first before me last for everybody else. Being Captain Saberhose, people pleasers, seat fillers, seem like things like that. So there's a lot of different things that can make you, not reach your goal or not maintain being healthy. You may have to have emergency surgery. And with women having the abortions, the fact that they're not allowed to have abortions, and the ones who have, they are impacted by the fact that they had abortions. Because some of them now can have kids. And on the flip side of that, some people have not had any at all, and they're telling them to have kids. It's just crazy. So, um, but anyway, I think that's it for me. I think I can't think of anything else right now. But regardless of what you do, regardless of what type of exercises that you do, just do what works for you. So one thing I would recommend when it comes to people that are overweight, I would say don't try to do what skinny people do when it comes to losing weight. Start off with just a 5 or 10 minute workout on a video. Start there. Start off with exercises that you can do. Don't try to get down on the ground and you can't get back up. Don't try to do Zumba exercises and you're 250 pounds and you ain't never worked out a day in your life. Take it one step at a time. Even if you walk from here to the end of the building, you walked. Walk up and down your steps every day. You'll be amazed how much weight. But most important, get out and get some sunlight. Sunlight is going to be very good for you when it comes to driving. Eating a lot of different fruits and vegetables that will help you as far as your weight loss, stuff like that. But whatever you choose to do, just know that if it works, keep on doing it. That's why you have so many different options when it comes to products. So it's not whether or not what you're doing is not working, it's whether or not the products that you're using are working. So you might get a product that somebody recommends and it may work for them, but it may not work for you. You may say, I want to be a vegan and it don't work for you, but keto works for you, or being a vegetarian works for you. Whatever works for you, that is what you do. Also look at your blood type. Your blood type will tell you a lot when it comes down to what you can and cannot eat. Look at your allergies. Allergies also affected as well. Also, when you are sloth and lazy, also your insecurities, your anxiety, the fact that you don't feel good about yourself can have a lot to do with what's keeping you from maintaining being healthy. Also, the people that are supposed to have your back, they're not there. So there are a lot of different reasons why these things happen. But in the end, when you find a rhythm, you find what works for you, go for it. And then just see how it works. If it in fact works, then keep doing it. Now, mind you, you may not be able to use the same products. You may have to switch products, and that's fine. But you're still going to do your vitamin D, still going to do your turmeric, still going to do your ginger, still going to do your flax seeds, chia seeds. And speaking of that, I gotta make some chia. I gotta make some chia seeds, and I gotta make something. I think tomorrow I'm gonna try to make some chia seeds, and I'm gonna see if I like the texture. If not, I'm just gonna do it as a mousse, and then I'm just gonna put it in the refrigerator. So when you try different things, if you're trying different type of drops or capsules, supplements, make sure you take one. Don't just take the dosage, because if you end up having allergic reaction, you're going to the emergency room. If your body rejects it, you're going to the emergency room. So be very mindful of that. Just take one. Take one capsule. If you can't swallow it, open it, put it in something, and eat it or drink it. So just make sure whatever it is that you are doing, that is something that you can actually do. Because if it ain't, don't. So if you have allergies, make sure you look at the back of every single thing you buy to make sure that you're not going to have an allergy to it. So slow walk what you introduce. Detoxing is definitely a good one. So there are a lot of different things that you can do as far as your health and wellness. But find what works for you. And if it works and you create a product, let people know. So again, information, very important. So with that being said, I appreciate y'all for joining me for this episode. And until next time, we will talk later. Bye.